anything further about either player?
No, we'll find out shoot around. We're hopeful that both of them play. At this point, they're probably still a little questions whether they're good to go or not. Hopefully, going through shoot around and more treatment, they'll be fine.
Carmelo's pretty adamant that he really wants to play. I think that'll be a factor.
Well, it's a lot of times it's up to those guys how much pain they're in, how much they can tolerate while they're playing, and they also have to be smart about if they're hurting too much and they can't perform like they're capable of performing, then it could hurt the team. So, but Carmelo, I think it's with his shoulder. He took a couple shots yesterday, and I think he said it wasn't that bad. So we're hopeful he'll play too.
The Nuggets altered their starting lineup a couple nights ago. And what have you seen from Mike Mullen so far, and what they're trying to figure out here?
Well, they got a very good team. They got a lot of talent on this team, and they've had some injuries. They got a lot of interchangeable parts, so Mike's trying to figure out which is the best. And they seem to have found a group the other night that put up a lot of points. So our anticipation is they probably play with those guys, but you have to be ready for everything because those guys, like I said, they're interchangeable. They can go small, they can go big. He's got a lot of options he can do.
It's another team that plays at a high pace. Do you see any differences? We've had a couple on this trip with Phoenix and LA, and now this team. Do you see any differences in the way they run as opposed to the other ones?
Yeah, they're in Denver, so hopefully our guys. We got a little run in yesterday, so hopefully the elevation doesn't hit us too hard or for too long. But that's most of those teams. Denver's always had kind of that running team, and they put a lot of pressure on you, having to deal with their altitude. So. Again, it's they won the other night, so they're feeling good. We lost. We got to try to get back in the winning column, and it should be a good battle.
With Brandon, do you encourage him to play that playground style? You want to have someone to rein it in sometimes? What is your philosophy regarding that?
Well, that's kind of his game, so we kind of have to live with some of the stuff that may not look the best in terms of our spacing sometimes, but he does a great job of penetrating and getting other guys' shots. He's had games where he's played 20 minutes and had 9-10 assists. So that's really what we want him to do. With his size and his abilities and capabilities of playing that way, we want him to do that. Sometimes we're going, we want you to be a little more aggressive scoring the ball. A lot of times he's trying to penetrate and get somebody open, but if he just makes a couple of those shots, the guys are going to have to put a little more pressure on him. Now he can drive and get those guys open. So he's doing a great job for us coming off the bench, and he's going to have to be a big part of tonight's game, especially, we want to push the ball back at him too. We don't want to walk the ball up the court.
Has Baker showed you a lot more than you even expected, or just what you...
No, it's what we expected. We know he's a good player. He can run the offense. He's not the prototypical point guard, but you saw the other night at Golden State. He's a guy that you wouldn't think keep guys in front of him, but he does a very good job of that, sliding his feet, using his strength. So he did a nice job the other night. But with Derrick back, how much time he gets, I don't know.
Is there anything you can do to prepare the guys?
No, our schedule has been pretty decent, where it's been every other day. So even though it's been a long trip, it's not like this is our third game in 4 nights or fourth game in 5 nights, where we really have to maybe shorten guys and maybe play them 5-6 minutes at a time and get them out. I don't really think we have to do that. We'll see if the altitude gets them, then maybe we have to do that. But playing every other day, I don't think that's the problem.